All rise for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Alvarez.
Present.
Councilman Larka.
Here.
Councilman Lord.
Here.
Councilman O'Connor.
Here.
Supervisor Hay.
Here. I make a motion to come out of the executive session, no action taken.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Notation of the exits in the front and the rear, and electronic device, please put it on vibrate. And let me listen to my own words. That's really embarrassing when your phone goes off. Okay, I'm good. Okay. We're gonna go make a motion to go into the work session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, any of you know, I'm Eric, you're on the planning board, John Lord goes to many of the meetings. John, basically, we're all aware that the Route 6 corridor from basically heading west toward Carmel, from the Putnam County Savings Bank to, we'll say, Route 312, is a mix of residential and commercial. And we just got done with Route 22, and that section of road was the next one to look at. And it's a pretty easy mix because, you know, there's a restaurant, there's a home, there used to be a real estate is being converted into a home or some kind of something else, to private houses, other businesses. So they're gonna basically legalize it. And the planning board has made a recommendation to us that they want option number 2, which is the area that I just said. It's gonna go from basically the gas station, let's say Drewville Road to Route 312, that it'll be the use of homes and either or.
Question.
Yes.
Noting how that district is right up against the reservoir there, what is the likelihood that if we do that and change the zoning, that
They have to adhere to the New York City.
So the DEP, so it would still be extremely high hurdle for them to.
Yes.
Okay.
And the building we own there on Route 6, 2360, which is
example.
under contract now, is in the process of going to New York City DEP, because at one point in time, it was commercial, it was a restaurant, a nursing home, group home, and now a person wants to make it a private residence. So, and there is a separate private residence there. So it pretty much will stay the same use, except it's like no more pre-existing non-conforming, they will now conform.
Mhm.
And they have to get that whole stretch has to get New York City DEP approval.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. Okay.
So
Thank you.
I'm gonna call tonight for a public hearing for our next meeting, and let the public be aware of it, and we'll move on from there.
Mr. Supervisor, when's the next meeting?
December
The
9th.
19th?
No, December 9th.
Wait, what's today?
Today is
November?
Today's the
December
18th. December 9th. Okay, we have enough time. Need to get it into the paper.
Tomorrow? What?
I think as long as it's in the paper 5 days in advance of the,
Well, we can still get it in tomorrow. It's all written up, I can just send it in. Or have you sent it, you got better pull
who
than I.
wrote the public hearing notice?
Ashley wrote it up.
Ashley wrote it?
Yeah,
Okay.
we got it. So I'll give it to you before you go.
Okay.
Send it tonight, still Thursday.
I can do that.
Okay.
I mean, they'll
I got
accept
it in my
it.
office, I'll give it to you tonight. What's tonight? How many, is it? Yeah.
You have
We have
1,
some.
2, 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah, we got plenty of time.
2 weeks.
Okay, we got plenty of time, all. Okay, I think that's all I have for that. So I'm making a motion now to go into the regular portion of the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, waive the reading of the correspondence. Approval of the voucher list. Do you have it, would you, Michelle?
Yep, I have it.
Let me just get the mouth off it. Okay, approval of the voucher list is for $1,037,876.38. So move for discussion.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
I'll waive the reading of the, let me just write this down, sorry. Okay. Make a motion to waive the reading of the budget transfers.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Next is setting of the meeting dates and public hearings. All meetings to be held at 1360 Route 22, Brewster, New York, at 7 p.m. unless otherwise noted. Thursday, December 9th, 2021, and Thursday, December 23rd, 2021. So move for discussion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, number 5, a resolution for Kojaks Construction LLC, settlement of certiorari proceeding. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Southeast does hereby accept the recommendations of its professional advisors and authorize the town attorney to execute a stipulation of settlement, consent judgment, and/or order on consent in accordance with said recommendation for the following. Petitioner, Kojaks Construction, tax ID 57.2-29, year 2021, assessment $2,040,000, settled assessment $2 million. And be further resolved that the town attorney is hereby authorized and directed to execute any and all stipulations, consent orders, and other documents necessary to reflect the foregoing settlement. So move for discussion.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Number 6, resolution, Star Ridge subdivision, release of performance bond, establishment of a maintenance escrow. Now therefore be resolved that the town clerk is hereby directed to cancel and return the original performance security for 131 Star Ridge Road, Southeast Tax Map Number 68.13-1-1, in the remaining secured amount of $16,000, and to return any and all original bonds, deposit letters, or credit or indicia of security posted in connection with the project upon the express condition that the applicant/owner deposit sum of $750 with the town clerk to ensure the timely preparation annual stormwater inspection and report. So move for discussion.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Number 7, it's a motion to set the public hearing for the Route 6 Western Quarter rezone change for December 9, 2021.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
And number 8 is the supervisor's report. As you know, we just got done with our budget, and things are running pretty smoothly. Again, the court revenues have really skyrocketed this year, which has been a big help to our budget and looks good for next year. And we're in accordance with the budget. Everything's hanging tight. We're doing good.
Great. We've got two
Mr.
things.
Supervisor, if I could point out that the success of that program in the court is heavily the responsibility of the court clerks who have worked very hard to make sure it runs smoothly.
Good.
Just want to make sure that that's on the record.
Thank you. And you deal with them more than I do. Much more than I do. Okay.
Okay, so I have two things. Number one, in regards to, I mentioned a couple of times about Hurricane Ida.
Okay, wait. We're
Okay.
going into...
Oh, sorry.
We're done with the...
Yeah, we're done with that,
Okay,
so.
so next item on the agenda will be recognition of the public comment.
Good evening, guys. Sorry, I'm a little late. We had parent-teacher meetings with my kids. I don't know. My name is Matt DeRose. I live at 10 Andrea Drive. I don't know if you guys remember me. I had filed a claim about a storm culvert that was destroyed and flooded my property. We were advised by the board to file a claim. We filed a claim in December of 2020. And actually, I'm sorry, we filed the claim before December. We had the deposition with the insurance company, and we were told that we'd be apprised of any information of what would happen. So we waited about a year. We had the deposition in December of last year, and we've been waiting over it's almost a year now. So the time limit for we could run out of time basically for any kind of reimbursement for all the damages that we incurred for this damaged pipe. So I just wanted to reach out to you guys. I know when we email, sometimes things get lost in the shuffle of things, but we're waiting and we're actually losing time. So I don't know if you need me to supply you with any more information, but I'm just trying to, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that claim. If there's any information you can give me, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Well, I could step in.
Yeah.
Briefly, you filed a notice of claim against the town.
Yeah.
It gets turned over to the insurance carriers, and they investigate it.
Okay.
You have, on your side of the coin, a responsibility to commence a lawsuit.
Okay.
If they haven't, if the insurance company hasn't offered your attorney any kind of an offer, I would strongly recommend that in order so you do not become the victim of having run a statute of limitations, that you commence that lawsuit.
Okay. So I guess we'll have to go that route then, because I mean we haven't received any information from there wasn't even any investigation done by the insurance company, so I was kind of curious.
Well, what you had was, you call it a deposition, it's called a 50H hearing.
Correct, yeah, that's, yeah.
And the 50H hearing is meant to allow the attorneys representing the insurance carrier for the town to investigate, to ask questions, and to look into the facts of what you allege.
Okay.
And really, it's not within the purview of the 5 members of the town board, nor my office, for that matter. So when you were at your 50H hearing, were you represented by counsel?
I'm sorry, say that again?
When you were at your 50H hearing, were you represented by counsel?
Correct, yeah.
You had an attorney? Okay.
Yes.
I would strongly suggest that attorney, if you're running up against the time clock, file a summons and complaint.
Okay. Because I mean, at this point, they haven't responded at all. So I was under the understood that maybe they would actually investigate the claim.
Well, I couldn't
guess
tell you
that's-
whether they've investigated or not. Certainly, the 50H hearing is part of the investigation. Whether they've
Correct.
done anything beyond that, I couldn't speak to that.
Okay, and there's no way the town can inquire with the insurance company
It's
about
easy-
the claim?
I don't think that it would be appropriate for anybody within the town to discuss the matter with the insurance carrier, because they have stepped in and they have counsel.
Correct.
It would be probably more appropriate for your attorney to call up whoever did that 50H hearing and say, where are we? And if they say, I can't tell you anything, file the complaint.
Okay.
And just full disclosure, Mrs. DeRose had reached out to me, and I recommended that she could foil some of the information from the town clerk, but just want to.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. The FOIL just kind of pulled up everything up until the 50H paperwork. So, I was trying to avoid going that route. I thought that I understood that, if you file a claim, you have the insurance company investigate, and, just like you would file a claim in your home or something like that. That was what I understood it as. But now I guess we have to file a complaint now, and now we have to spend more money in
Well,
going
I
to.
would first suggest that your attorney contact whatever
Yeah.
the attorney that's been assigned on this case
Yeah.
to find out where they stand. And if it's not a satisfactory answer, then that's when I would recommend that you file your complaint. But don't let anybody lull you into a false sense of security, because, I mean, insurance companies don't pay claims unless they necessarily have to. And if you're lulled into a false sense that, oh, they're working it out,
Right.
and your statute runs, there's no way to undo that.
So if the town claims that a homeowner did something, that we can just run out the statute of limitations on that. So let's say a town sends a violation to a homeowner for, let's say, I'm going to use this example for my house exactly. I got a violation one day for $250 for my water meter, and the water meter sits outside the house. So are we supposed to expected just to pay that fine right off the bat? Or is there, can I just do that from now on and just run out the statute of limitations from any time?
You're sort of comparing apples and oranges, to be honest with you. I don't know what exactly you were served with or why you had to pay a $250 fine, because I do the prosecutions for the town of Southeast, and I don't ever remember seeing you in the town court. I think it's more something having to do with your water district,
Right.
and whether you didn't swap out your water meter in a timely fashion or something like that. I don't
Okay.
know. I'm just speculating.
Right,
But,
no, I understand.
but it's got nothing to do with statutes of limitations. When you don't pay things that are billed on your special district bills, they end up getting re-levied into your taxes. So at some point in time, you're going to pay it.
No, I understand that. I'm just trying to point out the fact that, if a homeowner incurs damages due to like a broken storm drain, and according to the town of Southeast, this is what a broken storm drain, by definition, what a broken storm drain means. And you've had multiple pictures taken about the Cobb Road, okay? You put money into this Cobb Road project already. I don't know how much I've listened to the last board meeting. I don't know if there was like a traffic study done, but there was already money spent on this. So this is your definition of a broken town culvert, okay? And it's funny because these pictures are like identical to the ones that I took on the culvert that runs that entire length of my property. So the reason why I'm here is that I came to the town initially literally for asking for material, because the amount of water that was incurring on the property was due to this broken storm drain, and because our septic system was overflowed, we needed to install a curtain drain, and that curtain drain needed a lot of gravel. And I figured that a town municipality, I mean, we've emailed you about this, that a town municipality can provide at least just gravel to the homeowner. And I know we went through this situation, but that was where I was going towards, not spending my time. Now I have another meeting I have to go to, now that I'm missing, my wife has to attend to it. But this is time out of my life that I'd rather not be here, being almost like a nuisance. I like to contribute to the town, not to take from a town, so that's why I'm here, is that, you see things like this, and that for whatever reason, I understand there's probably interest for this, but, when you see things like this being done and money being spent on something that is kind of frivolous, and, whereas a homeowner actually incurs damages to their property and comes to the town seeking not like right away, just seeking, monetary damages, but, reimbursement, but just a little bit of help, and receive nothing in return. But, just the fact that,
So
just telling me that I have to
You're saying you have a culvert at your house,
Yes.
town-owned,
yes.
and it's damaged and it's not been fixed?
So, we've went through this already. The pipe had been repaired at the basin where the storm basin reaches the street, but the entire length of the pipe looks worse than this pipe on Cobb Road. Okay, there's actually multiple breaks. There's numerous perforations, rust along water line. The definition that you're providing for these pictures for this Cobb Road project. This is the situation probably all over the town. I'm sure Brewster Hill, all these culverts are like this. The situation on my property is that it runs the entire length of the 50 feet of my property line. And before we moved in there, this has probably been happening over the course of 50 years. And the last 3 years, it flooded the property. The previous owners probably incurred a lot of flooding in their home, because there was rust damage in the house.
And do you have proof that they made complaints about that happening?
So when we were in the process of buying the home, they actually flooded that at that point in time as well. But we couldn't use that as like evidence, because we weren't owning we owned the home, but we weren't in possession of the home. So we knew that there were water issues, and why the yard, the backyard was always wet. So I did, the people that owned the house before were older. So I did my own investigation, and that's when I went into the storm drain itself and took pictures just like this, and found that the pipe is actually broken, and without going in the pipe itself, which we tried to get the town to, or even I tried to pay for Electric Snake to do a video, but because it was a town pipe, they wouldn't allow me to do it. So we were running into all of these roadblocks, and then when I came to the second board meeting, you guys recommended to file a claim. So that's when I filed the claim.
Well, that's what we have to do by law. We can't contribute to,
Right.
gravel to your home,
Right.
pave your driveway,
Right,
and
I
things of that
understand.
nature. It's-
I understand the law, but you have to understand that when something like this happens, it just shows that, when there's there's other interests involved, that you focus the attention on something that, I don't know. I mean, I've been around there. I drive over Cobb Road, this culvert, all the time. I don't know, has there been complaints done? Have people in that neighborhood been flooded out because of that, this storm drain?
No.
So why would we spend money? Why would the town spend money?
I think what the supervisors
Okay.
is a little bit, the reason why they're studying that is because the homes on Peach Lake are flooding.
Okay.
Because the water is not getting through
that's a
that
mile
culvert.
away.
Yeah.
And that's the study that's being undertaken. It's not.
Around Peach Lake you're talking about? The
Yeah.
houses?
But the culvert
And-
itself is beyond its years, and it's gonna get replaced.
Yeah, and it.
The culvert
and
has to be
under an
replaced
existing
regardless.
road. It's a public roadway,
Right.
so something has to be done one way or the other for it.
So if
I
you're saying, if you're
understand.
saying you have a culvert at your house, and it looks similar to that there, and has been repaired, I think our new highway department person went out there. He's been only on for 2 years, and you dealt, before that, there was another highway person. But if you're saying it wasn't repaired, I can't speak to that, but I don't think that's the case.
The connection where the culvert, the storm drain itself, where the culvert attaches just like this, there's like a box where the pipe attaches to the box. That's where it was perforated from. It was separated from the box. Mike Berta came after the fact and repaired that portion. This pipe runs about over 200 feet down my road to Peach Lake Brook, and Peach Lake Brook feeds Peach Lake. So this is all.
No, actually, that's the outflow of Peach Lake.
Okay, yeah, so it comes up Peach Lake Brook, but this is going downhill, so.
I understand, but when it gets to Peach Lake Brook, that's the outflow of Peach Lake. It's not the inflow to Peach Lake.
Okay, so here's where another roadblock I came into, because we had exchanged emails about they have an East of Hudson septic reimbursement program. So I reached out to the people that deal with the East of Hudson septic program. I tried to fill out an application, and I tried to explain that the reason when we had to repair our septic system, we were under the guidelines of, now we can't have any water intrude into this storm drain, because this storm drain now goes and leaches into Peach Lake, and it also goes the opposite way north, and it reaches East Branch Reservoir. So I tried to use that as a reason for at least getting some sort of reimbursement from this program, which the only way you can get any reimbursement from this program is if you live on the reservoir. And I don't know how many properties live on the reservoir. I mean, there might be people that live on there, but I mean, it seems like one of those things where, like, we have a great reimbursement program, but
Not that particular reservoir, but there are other reservoirs that there are houses literally on it. If you go on Drewville Road, Middle Branch Reservoir, there are houses that are right on the water.
But, I hope you understand my frustration, because, it's like all these things are in place for just just the typical homeowner to just lose out on completely everything that's, it's just my time.
And you're the only person that has that problem?
Every house, there's two, I've explained this before.
I know,
There's-
but you have an attorney, you've made an insurance claim, the insurance company has done something, your attorney must have done something, someone had to investigate to find out if we're culpable.
They didn't. So what I'm trying to say is that when you file a claim, let's say a storm comes and a tree comes onto your house, right?
Yep.
And you file a claim for the tree that came onto your house, right, and broke your roof. When you file a claim, does the insurance company come out and say, okay, the tree is now on your house, we're going to reimburse you because you pay your insurance? Is that what usually happens?
Yes.
But
Okay.
that's not the way this works, though.
It's not.
No.
So when-
They will investigate whatever you're making a claim.
Why I'm here is
And
because
it's been
there hasn't been
repaired.
any
And
investigation.
well, we
No,
don't
we
know
don't
that
know
for a
that.
fact. They had a 50H hearing, which is the beginning of the investigation. And what they're doing behind the scenes, if anything, we necessarily wouldn't be aware of. That's why I suggested that you have your attorney call the attorney that is representing the insurance carrier, the town's insurance.
And that's the only way they'll probably respond to. They probably won't even respond to me then either.
They definitely won't respond to you, especially if you have an attorney.
Right. The unfortunate fact is that when you pay an attorney to file a claim, that's literally all they're gonna do. So now I have to reach back out and see if they'll, at least make a phone call.
See, what the insurance company is doing is not only looking to see, not only that you've been damaged, but whether the town is liable. So there are two prongs to the analysis. And they may come up with a conclusion that for whatever reason, the town may not be liable, so they're not gonna pay a claim.
So basically the insurance, what they're gonna do is they're gonna just run out the clock and.
Well, that's why you should file the summons and complaint so that they can't run out the clock.
So if I file the summons and complaint, is that at that point in time, now I'll have to either hire a lawyer or litigate this personally,
Which you have the right to do.
which I have the right to do. I'm trying to avoid all those things. And as the town attorney, you don't have any way that you can stop this from happening?
As the town attorney, I represent the town,
Okay.
and the town's interests are paramount to anything else. I mean, as much as I feel, empathy for what you're going through, what you've gone through, I've got a sworn oath to represent the town and its interests.
And just to, Mrs. Rhodes, I did, when your wife had reached out and we had spoken, I did reach back to see and try to advocate for you. And I think, and Will, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was really nothing we could do except for, encourage you to FOIL what was available so you have everything that we have that could be released. But I don't know that there's much more that the board can do to help you.
That's fine. I understand. It's like, it's tough because, I'm studying for my captain's exam. Where everyone's dealing with this nonsense. I really don't want to have to study how to be a lawyer on my own and then get, schooled when I do go to court with the town's insurance company. But I appreciate all your help and, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Town board members?
Oh, my turn now. Yeah, so I had two things. So number one, I mentioned a couple of times, for Hurricane Ida, while the county was included in the public assistance portion, which is for government infrastructure, any public items that had been damaged, including debris removal, we were not included for public assistance, which goes to individual residents and homeowners. So the governor actually went ahead and created some assistance that was targeted at residents in the counties that did not get included in the federal disaster declaration for individual assistance. So they announced that there was $2 million in emergency funding will be made available to eligible homeowners in 5 downstate counties impacted by flooding from Hurricane Ida earlier this year that could not access FEMA individual assistance funding. So for any residents that had reached out to the town that had been affected by that storm, so if they call the call center for this is under New York State HCR, and it's the number is 646-786-0888. That was also posted on the Facebook page for the town. It was shared on that location. And so basically, if a home suffered qualifying eligible damage, such as it received major damage or destruction, or, for instance, electrical service had been destroyed due to the meters being underwater, or the boiler was destroyed, things of that nature, there's funding available if they file a claim through that number. So again, number 646-786-0888. And then the other item I had was, as you may be aware, for businesses out there that were employing more than 100 persons, the federal government created a mandate through the Occupational Safety and Health Administration that required them to have people vaccinated, the employees vaccinated, or for those that would refuse to get the vaccination, they were to go to mandatory testing weekly and keep a database of that. So apparently the Fifth Circuit Court, federal court, put a hold to that, okay, and that was reaffirmed actually yesterday. So right now, that's in a holding pattern. So any businesses that are in the town of Southeast that were under that mandate, right now that mandate is on hold at the federal level. Apparently there's about 27 different states that have filed suit against the federal government to put a stop to that. So, so don't expect to see that mandate move forward very quickly. So just wanted to make everyone aware of those 2 items. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just a question without debating.
Yes, sir.
Is it, based on that mandate, like where I work at, the hospital itself can decide though, that as my employer, they want to proceed with X, Y, Z. So would that be the same? I would think that, the state or maybe saying one thing, but if you own your own business, you may decide, look, I don't care, I'm gonna force my employees to get vaccinated.
Right, so what happened was, the emergency temporary standard that had been published by the federal government was going to compel employers to require vaccination. So if the employer decides to compel without the government compelling them, that's their decision.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted that clarification because, there may be a business in town that says, hey, you want to work here, you got to get vaccinated.
Correct, they're still at liberty to do so.
Right, okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Okay, anyone else?
Yeah, I went to Traffic Safety Board meeting today, and they said that the lowest speed limit that we could have on, in Brewster Heights would be 25 miles per hour. DOT said that. And we'd have to have a resolution and send that to DOT to consider it.
Well, we were preparing one for 20. I'll call Mike in the morning and tell him to make it 25, and we'll get it on the agenda.
Okay, and also they wanted to know whether, I guess we had let them know we had an email from Connie Mays concerning putting a traffic light at North Brewster Road and Route 312. We would need to provide them with a resolution in order for them to do a study on that also. So if we want to do that, we need to proceed with a resolution. I already told you this.
John, I am not too enthused with the state DOT. We've asked for a traffic light study on Route 6 and 121 for well over 2 years. We had a conversation here with the public about Cobb Road. We talked about the light down by 120 Route 6 and Star Ridge Road. And it's, I hate to say it, it's a joke. And yeah, we got the letters to prove it, and I just don't understand what takes so long for something to happen. Outrageous, but
I think on that
we'll
one,
do it, but it's a joke.
Okay, but they did mention that COVID delayed their traffic study, and since then, they also said that they've had issues with the company the consultants that were doing their traffic studies, so they apologize. But anyway, I'm just the messenger.
You're the messenger, well,
Thank you.
we won't shoot anybody, but I'm telling you right now,
John,
After next month, I won't be the messenger.
did they give any update on the 121? Because I know they
No.
did 2 traffic studies, one failed, I believe. It wasn't successful, and then they had to redo it, but did they give an update at all?
No, they didn't.
Okay.
And also, I was at the village meeting last night, and they wanted to know about what we wanted to do for intermunicipal memorandum concerning supplying water to Brewster Heights. I think they're waiting for us to give them some information on how to go forward with the
oh, well, why didn't they contact me? We had in a meeting, and I never heard another word.
thought that
was-
They said, they just sent a letter saying
I thought it was
it's
a done deal. Yeah, so did
I
I.
think they were waiting for Levon to come back with information.
I'll call them tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we had, the last communication we had, the board agreed to it. And it's down the road, so I'll call them tomorrow. Tell
Yeah, I
them-
think they wanted to know what exactly to put into the contract, or what is expected, and so they're looking for
I will
us
call
to-
them, I'll call them tomorrow.
Okay, good.
That,
But we-
that's coming soon, right? That they're gonna need to have that connection?
Well,
I think we need to,
there's probably about a 5% chance we'll need the
Right.
assistance, but we have to have it in place according to the DEP, which we're gonna provide.
yeah,
They were
yeah.
willing enough to do it. I did
think they
not
want-
realize they were waiting for us to do something, because we got a memo from them saying that the board has agreed to do it.
Yeah.
But if there's further detail, I'll get it
Yeah, Todd
tomorrow.
Atkinson, and also,
I'll call them tomorrow.
good, thank you. So, messenger, again,
We didn't, don't be so nervous. Everybody can, man.
I'm not nervous. And I hope everyone has a nice Thanksgiving. Thank you all.
Okay. Eric, anyone?
Nope, I have no comment.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just echo real quick, same thing. May everybody have a safe, healthy, and happy Thanksgiving, including all of you. I'll make a motion to close tonight's meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all for coming.